Good morning, student. This is the second part of my video on final solutions. I am Dr. Nidhi Tiwari, Assistant Professor English, Department of English, Shri Shankaracharya Mahavidya, Junwani, Bhilai. The topic is from semester 4, paper 2, Indian Writings in English, unit 4, Mahesh Dattani's final solutions. In the first part, we have already dealt with about the author and major works, his style of writing, background, source of the play, and use of chorus. In this part, we will be dealing with the main play. It has been divided into 3 acts. There is also use of symbols, conclusion, suggestive questions, references. So let's begin with the play. Final Solutions by Mahesh Dattani, published in book form in the year 1993. The play has been set on the background of communal rights and hatred between two sects of Indian society. Dattani ponders on the causes of communal disharmony, discussing in the present consequences and the future of such religious biases. Characters: Daksha or Hardika represents past colonial India and great partition phase of India. Ramnik Gandhi and Aruna Gandhi represent the present scenario, one being faith liberal and the other filled with hatred against Muslims in general. Smita, daughter of Ramnik and Aruna, Javed and Babban or Bobby, we will be calling him Babban only, represents future. The younger generation seems to be a little positive in the hope that there may be some solution in future if the present discussion finds one possible end. Act 1. There is a background of this Act 1. The scene opens in the Act 1 scene 1 opens where the character Hardika, she is listening a record on gramophone, and this record is a collection of song of a famous Pakistani singer Noor Jahan. She then goes back to her flashback when she was young, only 15-year-old, newly married, and was noting down in her diary all the movements, freedom movements in those days. She was in undivided India, and she is noting down all the movements and revolutions in which even his father and some of family members were also part, and what were the changes that have been brought in the British India. Then she comes back all of a sudden into the present time when a stone from the window falls directly on the record and cracks it. She is disturbed, rather perturbed by the cracking of the record, as she cannot now listen again the same collection of singer Noor Jahan. Then there is another shift of the scene where the act opens on a chariot procession or Rath Yatra nearing Hossainabad area of Ahmedabad city of Gujarat. This Hossainabad is basically Muslim majority area from where this procession is passing. Someone from the mob disrupts the procession and kills the priest on the chariot. Two boys, Javed and Babban, this is already dark. They are running on the street, and a mob are chasing them on the streets of Hossainabad. The two then bumped at the door of Ramnik Gandhi. They knocked the door very badly. Ramnik Gandhi though opens the door hesitantly, and all the family members, they have mixed feelings by seeing these two boys inside their house. They can very well calculate that these two boys are Muslims and they have entered into in the house of a Hindu. So there are some mixed feelings. The act details every character and their views on communalism. So there is the description how characters they actually feel and how they act and react with the present context. Hardika, she is an old woman. She has witnessed the partition of 1947. She is mother of Ramnik Gandhi. Expresses her hatred against two Muslim boys. She is rather verbal. She very well speaks in front of the boys that she is not happy with whatever is happening in the house. Aruna feels that the Muslims are not pious as Hindus and wanted them to leave her home at once. She has been shown as she is a religious woman, and she feels that the Muslims, they are not as pious as Hindus are. So even she is also disliking their presence in the house. Smita, a young girl, she is a college going girl, and she also has a Muslim friend. Then she identifies both of the boys as the classmate of her Muslim friend. Ramnik is quite liberal, but we know that we will be knowing that he is not that liberal towards the end of the play. The mob outside the house, they are shouting to kill the boys. This time they are in the Hindu mask. The act 2. This is the in this act all the action of the this play will unfold, and mob will shout both in Hindu and Muslim voices occasionally. Hardika is wondering why Ramnik has allowed the boys in the house and why he is not throwing them out. Though there is mob shouting that the boys should be given to them, but Ramnik is somewhat unwilling to send the boys out there now. The reason behind her hatred is the murder of her father. Uh, in the riots of 1947-48, Hardika's father was murdered by her Muslim friend Zareen. So she's from since then she has developed hatred against Muslims, and then she expressed this feeling in front of the boys who have nothing to do with the riots of 1947. So one of the character Javed, he retaliates her views with comments like, "I don't know what happened in the past. I have not murdered your father." Aruna, seeing this, she goes into another room and busies herself with the daily chores. And the first thing that she is doing is the evening puja of the idol of the Krishna. Ramnik, despite Javed and Babban's argument with Hardika, offers a job to Javed in his shop. Ramnik is owner of two cloth shops in the main market of Ahmedabad, and he is doing quite well. He offers a job to Javed first. Babban or Bobby, listening to this, reveals to everyone that Javed is a paid hooligan, a terrorist who started the chaos in the Rath Yatra and stabbed the main priest. So he is a terrorist and he had murdered the main priest. Smita, by this time, before the uh, truth actually came out, she developed quite a kind of soft corner toward Javed and started feeling that she is liking Javed. But as truth came out, even she started hating Javed for spreading terrorism. Javed narrates his ordeal and consequences which brought him there. Javed was brought up in poverty, and they used to live in the slums. In the young age, when he was some 12, 13 years old, one day he was playing in a ground near to his slums with his Hindu and Muslim friends. The game was cricket. Cricket is also another religion in the country, and many says that cricket can unite Hindus and Muslims as no other act can do. So Javed was playing cricket with his Hindu and Muslim friends. A postman passed by the area. He stopped there, called Javed, gave him a letter because the postman was in a hurry. He said that Javed, this is the address. Drop this letter to the supposed address. So Javed went to the place and he knocked to the door. The owner of the house signaled Javed, you should place the envelope there on the wall only. I will be taking. Javed was surprised why he is not coming out. And Javed then moved away from the main door and came to the gate and locked the gate, and he was about to move. He saw that the owner actually came out with a cloth. He first cleaned the envelope, the area where the envelope was, and also cleaned the main gate. Javed felt, what is wrong with him? Why this particular man behaved in such a manner? Am I a thing of disgust? And since then, he developed a kind of hatred against Hindus. Ramnik still had a soft corner for Javed, and though he knew that he is a terrorist, he still offered the job to Javed. Javed is surprised why Ramnik is still asking and saying him to join the job. He says that it is only because of some other reason that you are offering this job to me, because you do not seem to me as secular or liberal as you show now. The shout outside the house intensify. The main action takes place inside the house and the other action outside the house. The mob act like a catalyst. So it is increasing the pace of the main action. Javed now questioned Ramnik, you do not hate me for that I am a criminal or a Muslim, but because I revealed your real face that you never wanted to. The act is loaded with many such dialogues, which reveals that the beast behind communalism is not roaming on the roads, but is lurking inside human mind. Act 3. It is the final act and it concludes all the actions. And there are many questions which have been left unanswered. Javed now questions Aruna, who was still in her puja room. I know you hate me. Hardika says that Javed has moved into the room where Aruna is, and she shouts to the boys, leave my house at first. Leave now. The mob outside wearing mask of Hindu and Muslim. There are the mob on the stage is some five person wearing the mask of Hindu, five are wearing mask of Muslim, and they are fighting and swearing on each other. Bapan tells Hardika, if you are ready to forget, we are ready to tolerate. The dialogue is the very essence of the play. Forgive and forget the past to create a harmonious future. Javed enters in the room and holds the idol of Lord Krishna. Everyone was shocked. Everyone was aware that he is now going to throw and break this idol. Against everyone's surprise, Javed said, holding the idol in his hand, I am with God now. No evil can touch me. As the shouts outside the house are quiet, both the boys leave the house. Hardika questions Ramnik why he was so liberal, and though he knew that his father has been murdered, his grandfather has been murdered by a Muslim only, he was still offering a job to a Muslim. Ramnik said, you know, mother, we have always questioned your friendship with Jareen, and you never questioned why. The reason was Jareen's father had a shop, which is now I am the owner, was burnt by my father and grandfather. That is by your husband and your father-in-law. So they burned the shop of Jareen's father and bought in half of the original cost in the time of crisis, and they rather looted the man. So since then, Ramnik was living in a guilt. He told this truth to Hardika now. She questioned her, why you are telling me this now? He said that only because you have little time to live with the guilt. The play closes with Hardika's question to Ramnik, would they return? Ramnik, I think yes, I think no. But if you will call them, they will. The play ends with a hope that if the past and the present determine to forget and forgive, the future may see the light of harmony and brotherhood. The play ends here. Conclusion. In conclusion, the play touches the most sensitive issue of Indian subcontinent and discusses at length the cause and consequences of religious bigotries. Though there are other reasons too besides the issues of Mandir Masjid and partition, still Dattani dared to stage the hatred between the two sects openly and secularly. Alik Padamsee and Arvind Gaur too discussed the same issue in their movies, taking final solutions as the basis of their research and study. Padamsee has also lauded the craftsmanship of Dattani and his theatrical approach. There is also use of symbol. Dattani used many symbols in the play. The first was the cracking of the gramophone record of Noor Jahan. So the cracking of the record of the songs of the Pakistani singer. First, the collection shows a love of towards Muslim of Hardika, though she says that she do not like Muslim, she hates Muslim, but she was listening songs of a Pakistani singer. The cracking symbolizes the cracking of India into Pakistan and India. Smita cares for Javed because she, at many places, she argued with her grandmother also. This shows that she had developed a feeling of love or care towards Javed. Ramnik's liberal face hiding his guilt behind it, it symbolizes that no one is as liberal or secular as they think they are, because Ramnik was living in guilt and that's why he was so liberal, though he was not that liberal or secular. So we know that people can never be as secular as they show. Use of game of cricket. Cricket is another religion in India, but here it also failed to unify the two sects. Javed develops hatred against Hindus during cricket match only. The idol in the hand of the idol of Krishna in the hand of Javed symbolizes that God is one, and mutual respect towards each other's faith can help to maintain the harmony of any country. Suggestive questions. What is the main theme of the play? Final solutions. Describe the role of the chorus in the play. Communalism and hatred can be removed through mutual love and respect towards each other's faith. Discuss the statement in the light of the play. References. I read e-text of the play. The ISBN number is there, and also I have referred an article on Shodh Ganga and the link of the same is there. For further reading and understanding, you can follow some of the videos that are available on YouTube, but most of them are in Hindi. So I have not taken any references of these videos, and there is no such link that you can see in the particular reference section, though you can follow some of them if you want to. Enjoy reading and keep learning. Take good care of yourself. Thank you.